I'm State Representative Lynda Culver. I'm here at the 103rd Farm Show in Harrisburg. As you can tell, it's early in the day and it's really crowded. And I'm here with Secretary Russell Redding, and we're going to talk about a few of the hot issues in farming.
It's great to see you. Welcome to the Farm Show.
Again.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you.
So the 103rd Farm Show,
Yeah.
I didn't want to reveal what the theme this year is. I thought I'd let you do that and talk about the significance of the theme and how we chose it.
Yeah, so the theme this year is Inspiring Pennsylvania's Story. And you can't tell the story of Pennsylvania without talking about agriculture, right? Both in terms of our forefathers who came, for all that they were seeking, and then you sort of follow it forward from Penn's Woods to the innovation, the manufacturing, the food production, all of those things that we enjoy today and are here in the Farm Show complex. But all of those are interwoven with this great story of Pennsylvania.
One of the things I hear when people come to the Farm Show is, did we bring these things into Pennsylvania? No, we produce them. Can you talk about maybe some of the new things that we're kind of highlighting this year with farming?
Yeah, I mean, I'm most proud of the farm market, which is just off to the side here. We had this question over the years, what's Pennsylvania produce, right? And we thought that was important to show not just what's produced, but who produces it.
Right.
So the families that are attached to the apples and the potatoes and the cheese and honey, all of that is in this new farm marketplace, which we've created here. So it has a farm market feel. Plus you can buy the product this year with the farm market, which we think is pretty cool. And then we've got the craft beers and the hard ciders are new Pennsylvania preferred product, the new Christmas trees, new in the sense that some of these have been in development for years.
Right.
There's actually new varieties here. I think all of that's really cool. New food, it's a taste as well. Good stuff.
You can't come here and not learn something new.
If you do, I don't know what's happened, but you shouldn't leave here without a couple of new pieces of intelligence about PA agriculture.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our dairy farmers.
Yeah.
They've been feeling the squeeze the last couple of years,
Yes.
and it's at a critical point. Can you talk about, in layman's term, what that means to them and to the public?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to note, it's both the concern of dairy and the dairy producers, but it's also from a commonwealth, it's the largest sector of production agriculture is dairy. So what happens to dairy speaks volumes to what happens to the rest of the agricultural economy in the state. So it's all related in PA. They've been in this sort of squeeze, as you note, for the last couple of years. And as I say often, without a margin, there's no mission. Right? They need a margin. And we've got too many producers who right now are struggling with where that margin. It's nothing they've done personally, right? It's not individual. It's this collective challenge we have across the United States on dairy, but it shows up really hard in Pennsylvania. The legislature, and I want to say thanks for your support of the dairy investment program. First time we've ever sort of carved out money for that. Anxious to see the innovation. That's both for on-farm development and new markets, as well as some of the existing processors to look at adding cheese and fluid milk and all those things we want to see the dairy grow. But the point is that we put a special focus on dairy in the budget. We have a dairy development plan, a dairy investment program. There are federal policies. So all of that's in this sort of bucket of dairy, but don't have the perfect answer yet. Because the market hasn't changed, but I feel like at least Pennsylvania is in a good spot to address some of those issues. So yeah, we'll keep working at it.
We just have to keep that line of communication open with our dairy farmers and trying hopefully to keep responding.
Yeah, every day I take calls from producers who say, Mr. Secretary, what's going to happen?
Right.
And in their voice that they are at a tipping point, right? They've got to decide, do I take out the operating loan? What's going to happen? They can't stay where they are, right? Financially. So what do you do? So I'm trying to encourage them, as you do, and hope is important here. There's a little bit of an uptick in prices for the spring, so I take that as a positive sign compared to where we've been. Not enough, but it's good. So yeah, we'll keep working at it, but thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So one of the other issues that we've been faced with is the spotted lanternfly. It is not in either one of my counties at this moment, but it's creeping closer. Mm-hmm. I know the federal government made a significant investment in trying to help us combat that. Can you just give us a little update on where we're at with it?
Yeah, just quickly, so 2014, first identified in Pennsylvania in Berks County. that created this need to sort of have a several county quarantine that's grown to 13 counties now the last couple of years. The quarantine is large for two reasons. We've got the inside of that 13 counties. Southeast PA is where the infestation is heaviest, but we put sort of a firewall around it to try to contain it and suppress it. We're hopeful that works. The key to this thing, since it's invasive, and it's invasive in every way, right? Socially, environmentally, economically, is to try to keep it where it is, and then have our research at Penn State University, particularly, catch up to that, because we have no broad-based chemical control for it.
No, we don't.
Right? So that's our challenge, but we're working hard at it. And I think for all of the businesses, particularly, it's an opportunist pest. It'll travel places. So if we can keep people sort of thinking about, as you travel in and out of the area, be mindful that it's there. What does it look like to destroy that? The USDA has been a great partner. They put a lot of money in last year. They're going to do it again. We have confirmation of that. And Penn State University is working with us. We've got 25 research projects. There's a lot we don't know about this thing. Right. So we're working hard at it, but the key is just to keep it where it is and then keep it suppressed. Our challenge becomes, it's also the quarantine area has the Port of Philadelphia in it. And it's one of our real issues because the other countries are watching very closely to make sure that this pest doesn't sort of inadvertently get shipped to them. Right? So it's an extra measure of worry, but working hard at it.
Okay. Thank you for that update.
Yeah, thank you.
Just one other quick little thing here when we talk about new and innovative things, the pilot program on hemp.
Yes.
Can you kind of give us an update on what's going on with the hemp pilot program, where we're at with it, and maybe some of the commodities that are emerging from it?
Yeah. So we have, in the last Farm Bill, just passed about a month ago, gives us new freedom around industrial hemp. For 72 years, it was until 2 years ago, we had a pilot, but for 72 years, it was out of the commercial space. So I say to everybody, if you took corn and soybeans, which are fairly common crops, and put them on hold for 72 years, where would you be? Right?
Exactly.
And that's where we are with industrial hemp. So we have run the pilots the last 2 years. We've got the 2019 pilot. The good news is that we can expand the number of growers from what we've had previously. And we're taking off the acreage cap, we're taking off the number of permits. So it'll open it up, and we're excited about that. I've been in conversations with some of the growers, but also the industry. Everything from manufactured car parts to the advanced manufacturing synthetics to make clothing, yoga pants, right? And I sort of smile, but there's a fabric and there's an advanced manufacturing fiber that they're really excited about it. The oils, the foods, the human nutrition, animal nutrition. It's got an amazing possibility.
A limited amount of possibilities.
I'm excited about it. It has its challenges just because we've been on hold for 72 years. So, but I think it's, we had a long history in hemp. We got a lot of interest in it. We're in the right marketplace for it. So we're anxious to get this 2019 program running.
Good.
Yeah.
We're anxious to hear more about it.
Yeah.
So finally, I'll wrap this up with, there was a study done, and we anticipate in the coming years of having a shortfall of about
75,000
jobs
in
the agricultural industry. How do we plan, or how do we, excite young people going into the beginning of their careers to get into agriculture?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? Because as much as you and I talk about it and get excited about it, we've got to get the folks who are actually thinking about agriculture as someplace that provides meaningful job and really fulfilling, careers.
Right.
And it's sort of there. We're lucky to have ag science programs around the state, but we need schools to sort of at least talk about food and the environment and manufacturing and engineering, because all of that becomes part of our story of agriculture. And we tried even through this week with the theme to sort of draw those kind of things out. Inspiring Pennsylvania stories about jobs. It's about manufacturing, and agriculture is a big piece of that. So we're making some progress. We've got a new commission on agriculture education that passed last year in the legislature, and we're excited about it because it gives us a chance to talk about the jobs and careers, but more importantly, having a really defined career pathway around those. How do we use the state workforce development programs to develop that? So a lot of good things happening there.
And one of the things I think I've read is using the STEM program
Yeah.
to sort of ignite that interest or passion in young students who may not have come from a farming background.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing of agriculture is sort of that intersection of STEM, right? It's about science,
Right.
it's about technology, engineering, math. You're simply applying it to food, plants, animals, the environment, versus a fixed raw product of manufacturing. I think it has great potential, and we need to talk about it in those terms, right? And really excite people about
Exactly.
the opportunities in ag. So,
And it's forever changing.
it is forever changing.
You will
That's part of the story of Pennsylvania too.
Right. You'll constantly learn. I'm always trying to point young students in that direction.
Yeah, new chapters being written all the time, as we
Right.
say this week. So, yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right, well,
Good
thank
stuff.
you for your time.
Yeah,
I
excellent.
hope everybody
Welcome to
comes
Farm
and
Show.
enjoys the farm show. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.